If you were in a functioning state during 2017, you would have heard about the horrific launch of EA's Battlefront 2. But if you haven't, to cut a long story short, it was absolutely fucking awful. The game was insanely pay to win. Multiple governments around the world had to get involved because it was essentially gambling for little Timmy. The player count declined rapidly, and according to some sources, it was Disney that made EA pull the plug on pay to win microtransactions. Now, for a video trying to shed a positive light on this game, I'm certainly hating on it a lot. This video is not made for me to talk about the incredible mismanagement of the Battlefront franchise. I'm here to talk about what Battlefront 2 has become in the years after the release and cancellation of the game. First off, the graphics for this game are absolutely stunning, and the entire sound design team deserves a raise. Every single map is faithful to the movies and is incredibly immersive. That goes for the maps in the Starfighter mode as well. I don't have much to say about the graphics. I don't know anything about game engines or stuff like that, but the game looks good, okay? I'm gonna spend a brief moment talking about the campaign. It's, not very good. A lot of people will tell you it's absolutely horrible and the worst thing ever made. I don't think it's that bad, but it's certainly not good. Spoiler warning, by the way. I wish we got to play more as the Empire during the campaign. You play as the Empire for a few missions, but then Iden decides, nah, fuck that organization I've dedicated my entire life to. I want to go fight stormtroopers with Princess Leia. It would have been really cool to see the Empire crumble from the perspective of a dedicated Imperial. In short, it was a terribly exciting premise that was royally fucked up. Alright, let's get into something good. I'm shitting on this game way too much. The multiplayer is a hell of a lot of fun, especially with some friends. Some of my favorite modes are Galactic Assault, Starfighter Assault, and Supremacy. I also think they massively improved how you get heroes and villains in this game from Battlefront 1. In that game, you had to find tokens on the map, and then you could become a hero or villain, whereas in this game, you earn battle points. You can either use these points to play as more powerful infantry, like clone commandos or rocket troopers, or for more battle points, you can play as a hero or villain. Despite the lightsaber mechanics being janky as hell, I do still enjoy playing as lightsaber heroes. Against infantry, at least. I'll be dealing with heroes versus villains later. I think after they remove the microtransactions, the progression system is actually pretty good. You get score points from earning battle points, and then you rank up. I would prefer if it was a little bit more rewarding, but it's better than the shit they did previously. Now, I think this is the last negative thing I have to say about the game. Heroes versus villains fucking sucks. The lightsaber combat is bad, okay? But it's still fun when you're slashing through battle droids or stormtroopers. In Heroes vs. Villains, you literally just click the buttons and hope for the best. You can't parry, it's insanely boring. Despite the god-awful mechanics, I do have to appreciate the fact that there are 22 heroes and villains in this game. Although, I firmly believe who made the decision to add BB-8 and BB-9E into the game over Clone Wars characters should be skinned alive. Now I'm going to talk about one of the best game modes in the game, okay? Hear me out with this one. Starfighter Assault. It's so fucking fun. You can play in first or third person, the sound design is great, and hero ships are pretty well balanced. It's a big shame that the game mode wasn't updated more after the game's launch. To be totally honest, if you let me choose between playing the 11-hour-long Star Wars Squadrons campaign or just playing Starfighter Assault for the same amount of time, I would choose Starfighter Assault in a fraction of a heartbeat. If you played the Battlefront 1 Starfighter modes and hated it, I can't blame you at all, I hate it too. But trust me when I say it is 2,187 times better in Battlefront 2. Only true Star Wars fans will understand why I said that specific number. One of the more obvious things making this game great is that there is so much content. There is original trilogy content, Clone Wars content, and I don't know why the fuck you want to play it, but there is sequel content. If you want a space dogfight as Darth Maul, you can. If you want to roll around as a droideka gunning down clone troopers, you can. This is the ultimate Star Wars game, and I can only dream what it would have been if EA hadn't cancelled the game for this turd. I still hold out hope that one day we'll get a Battlefront 3, but until then, I'm content with what we've got. Thank you so much for watching. Now, if you want to hear about another severely underrated game, check out this video on the end screen now.